Look at this distribution of high earners. If you ask people making over $200,000 a year how they are doing financially, a full 60% report feeling like they are stuck in survival mode. You see the same pattern slightly further down the income ladder. Among families bringing in over $100,000 annually, 1 in 3 lives entirely paycheck to paycheck. By the end of the month, their bank accounts hit absolute zero, leaving nothing for savings. To understand how this happens, consider 2 colleagues working at the same company. Colleague A takes home a very respectable salary of $120,000. Colleague B brings in more than double that, $250,000. Look at their actual balance sheets after 5 years. Colleague A is rapidly accumulating a high net worth. Colleague B, despite the massive salary advantage, is missing bill payments, carrying high-interest consumer debt, and lacks a basic emergency fund. We routinely equate a large paycheck with wealth, but for a growing slice of the population, raw earning power functions as an illusion, masking severe financial vulnerability. Colleague B belongs to a specific demographic that researchers call HENRYs, high earners not rich yet. These are professionals with heavy cash flow but highly fragile balance sheets. HENRYs tend to value traditional, highly visible markers of success, associating the ownership of premium brands and physical goods with their personal identity. This behavior dictates their single largest line item expense, luxury real estate. Because they view their living spaces as a reflection of their values, they aggressively scale up housing costs the moment their income allows it. This triggers a quiet financial drain known as lifestyle creep. As more disposable income becomes available, the things that were once considered rare luxuries are slowly perceived as baseline daily necessities. Lifestyle creep is driven by a deep-seated neurochemical trap called the hedonic treadmill. As human beings make more money, our expectations and material desires rise in exact tandem with that new income. Because of this psychological adaptation, a massive promotion or a hefty raise provides no permanent gain in happiness. The thrill of the new salary fades, but the expensive new obligations remain permanently locked in. Without intentional intervention, high earners are wired to spend every new dollar they acquire on a constantly shifting baseline of normal. They burn through their cash flow simply to maintain the illusion of wealth. This chart breaks down a typical high earner income to show a specific math error. Many professionals budget their lifestyle based on their gross pay. But once taxes, retirement, and insurance deductions take their cut, actual net pay is drastically smaller. When expensive fixed costs meet this smaller net income, the result is month-over-month financial overextension. Then comes the second math trap, funding fixed lifestyle expenses with variable compensation. Many high earners rely heavily on annual bonuses or RSUs, restricted stock units granted by their employer, to pay for everyday costs. Tying a high-end mortgage or a luxury car lease to volatile tech equity or an unpredictable finance bonus works during a boom, but the moment an industry downturn hits or the stock market shifts, that variable income vanishes, leaving the fixed bills behind. When you combine the psychological push to constantly upgrade your life with the mathematical error of budgeting money that isn't guaranteed, a highly lucrative career quickly turns into a fragile house of cards. Which brings us back to colleague A. How exactly do they build serious wealth on less than half the salary of colleague B? Colleague A exercises explicit choice. They maintain a firm boundary against abundance denial, the psychological tendency for high-income people to construct elaborate rationales for why they actually feel deprived and therefore deserve to spend more. To fix the math, they calculate their true net take-home pay down to the dollar. Then they conduct rigorous monthly spending audits. This catches the hidden convenience fees and forgotten subscriptions that silently drain thousands of dollars from high earners every year. This diagram separates guaranteed income and variable bonuses. Base salary funds fixed lifestyle expenses. Variable income flows exclusively into the wealth-building vault. Treating variable compensation as an untouchable tool neutralizes the hedonic treadmill. Investments compound rapidly because they're never cannibalized for lifestyle upgrades. This approach does not require rejecting enjoyment or living in austerity. It means designing a budget that intentionally funds experiences within a framework that prioritizes the velocity of your wealth over the expansion of your lifestyle. A high income does not automatically make you wealthy. Unchecked, it simply buys you a ticket to a much faster, much more expensive treadmill. True wealth is having the financial discipline to step off.